from KXII-TV, broadcasting live for all of Texoma. This is First News at 6.
He admitted to ripping her heart out. Now a question of competency in the most bizarre cases Sherman has seen in years. Tonight, the fate of Andre Thomas in limbo. We begin this evening with the triple murder that shocked a community.
It was March 27th when a Sherman man found the bodies of his daughter and her 2 children mutilated inside their own apartment. Within hours, Andre Thomas surrendered, admitting to killing his estranged wife. But less than 1 week later, Thomas gouged out his own eye inside of the Grayson County Jail. Just one more reason why his attorneys want him out of that jail under psychiatric care. Tonight, both sides are waiting a key report that could determine what direction this case heads to next. Both sides watching very closely on this one. Last week, defense attorneys filed a motion for a competency evaluation. If the doctor's opinion is that of Thomas not competent to stand trial, his attorneys want him moved out of the Grayson County Jail. This is information we're just getting in. Defense attorney R.J. Haygood believes Thomas is not competent to be tried for capital murder. In fact, he says his client belongs in a mental health hospital, not in 24-hour restraints. Shannon Wolfson is standing by live with the very latest on this case. Shannon, what do you know right now?
That's right, Lisanne. Like you just said, last week defense attorneys filed this motion for a mental competency evaluation. They say if the doctor finds that Thomas is not competent to stand trial, they want him immediately moved out of the Grayson County Jail.
Doing all they can, but they're really, I don't think, equipped to deal with somebody like that. And I think they probably would tell you that. They're doing everything they're supposed to do and everything they can, but it's not like a mental hospital would be.
The judge did allow the psychologist 30 days to finish his evaluation. It's been just over a week, but we are hearing that that report could be filed as early as tomorrow. Reporting live in Sherman, Shannon Wolfson, First News.
All right, thank you, Shannon. Right now, Thomas only faces 1 charge of capital murder for the death of Laura Thomas. Charges of murder for the 2 children could be filed when this case goes before a grand jury.
An Amber Alert last night. Tonight, the child safe and sound, but still the search for the 2 men accused, or the 2 people rather, accused of taking him. 5-year-old Christopher Dennis Patton vanished Sunday night from Munster, Texas. He wasn't located by family members until about 5:30 last night in Gordonville. But the 2 accused of taking him, his aunt Tiffany Marshall and another man, were gone when deputies showed up. Now authorities in Munster say they will file charges against the 2, although they're not saying exactly what those charges will be. Now to Bryan County, and 2 people arrested for taking nude pictures of a teenager. 36-year-old Charles Storm and his 33-year-old wife Josette were arrested back in February. The 2 told police they were trying to help her become a model. That case was scheduled for court today, but was continued. So far, their trial date has not been set. Both are still in the Bryan County Jail, charged with 1 count of child abuse and 1 count of possession of child pornography.
A strange and disturbing crime trend in Ardmore: thieves targeting cemeteries, taking mementos placed on grave sites. Zach Anderson is live at Rose Hill Cemetery in Ardmore with one woman's story. Zach?
A cemetery is typically thought of as a place to honor and remember lost loved ones, a place where family members come to find peace. But for one Ardmore woman, this cemetery has been anything but that.
I come out here and I do things to make it look nice and things that mean something to him, that I know means something to him.
It's been just over a year since Tuala Jeter's father, Jerry, passed away. Since that time, she's taken it upon herself to care for his gravesite and decorate it with personal items. But lately, those items have been disappearing.
I brought an angel harp out here, and when the wind blows, it would play music because he loved music. And I left it out here where he would have music. And then I showed up out here and it was gone. Somebody had taken it. And it was just very heartbreaking.
That wasn't the end of it. Over the past few months, Tuala says several items have been taken from her father's gravesite, all the work of thieves.
It's a very sick feeling to think that someone could disgrace you like that. It's just, and there's nothing you can do about it. You don't know who did it, why, and it's just very upsetting. It's hard to put into words what it feels like.
Stealing objects from grave sites is nothing new. Today, cemetery officials told us the crime almost always picks up during the spring, and that there's really not much they can do to prevent it.
It's very difficult because we're just here, 8 hours a day, and then the cemetery is open till dark, and,
anyone can come in and take what they want.
As for Tuwala, she is hurt by the lack of respect being shown for her late father, but says thieves won't stop her from honoring him with her memory.
I'm going to continue bringing stuff out here, and if it gets taken off, it just gets taken off. I've got to do what I feel like I need to do, and I just hope that maybe these people will stop, maybe they'll see it and see what it really does mean to people, and that maybe they will stop. And I just don't know how they're able to sleep at night.
Today, officials here at Rose Hill told us the best way they know of to prevent this type of crime is for those who are tending these grave sites to keep an eye out and report anything they see that they might find suspicious. They say that's really the best defensive option they can offer. Reporting live in Ardmore, Zach Anderson, First News.
Ardmore police say this crime is extremely difficult because there are usually very few clues, and the objects taken almost never recovered.
A former Bryan County police officer facing federal charges after a controversial arrest last year. Tonight we know his former employers could also be in hot water. This was the tape that caused an uproar. Colbert police officer Richard Wyrick punching an elderly man inside a Denison convenience store. He claimed that James Murray led him on a high-speed chase, but that tape and his police log told a different story. 9 months later, the 68-year-old victim is still feeling the effects of a broken hip as the city faces the possibility of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Whitney Wyatt talked with Murray himself and has the story.
Watch it. Pulls him back and bam.
This single punch could end up costing the town of Colbert $3.75 million.
And then plain as day, there it is. And you just don't see many more vicious acts than that.
Officer Richard Wyrick was fired days later. But attorney Ed Robertson says it should have happened long before that. In a claim filed against the city, he claims the police chief warned city leaders that Wyrick, if retained on the police force, would be trouble. The board of trustees never fired him, and weeks later, Wyrick hit Murray.
He come behind. I never seen him. So he was slower.
That fall broke Murray's hip, and now it's hard for him to walk, forcing him to stay at his one-room hotel apartment, except when he eats at the cafe across the street. Otis Shaw cooks 2 meals a day for Murray, and he says Murray deserves every dime he's asking for.
No right to hit that man. He's an older gentleman. Even a woman can beat up an old man.
A man who will find out within the next 2 weeks whether the town of Colbert will settle. If not, Murray is ready for a fight in court. In Colbert, Whitney Wyatt, First News.
Colbert city manager did not return our calls today. As for Wyrick, he faces a federal criminal trial April 26th, charged with deprivation of rights and falsification of records.
Anti-government documents have been the focus of testimony in the Terry Nichols trial, but still the question hanging, will the judge dismiss the charges? Defense attorneys claim the prosecutors did not hand over all the evidence they had, so they want the state murder charges dropped. Meanwhile, an FBI agent testified today about anti-government leaflets and documents that were found in executed bomber Tim McVeigh's car. Prosecutors say those documents are similar to those found in Nichols' home in Kansas after the bombing.
The stage is set for a showdown between a large U.S. force and the supporters of a radical Shiite cleric in Iraq. 2,500 U.S. troops are on the outskirts of the city of Nahaf. The goal, take the man responsible for the latest attacks on Americans, dead or alive. Just in the past couple of hours, 4 mutilated bodies have been found in Iraq, but so far no identification on any of them. Of course, 7 employees of Halliburton subsidiary Kellogg Brown & Root have vanished in the past few days. Of course, the president's scheduled to hold a news conference tonight to speak on this issue of Iraq. That will be broadcast live right here on KXII, starting at about 7:30 tonight.
Well, up next, taking to the open road, Highway 82 now a clear shot in Fannin County. And did you vote today? It's the runoff election for local races in Texas.
And an issue of licensing that slipped through the cracks for 4 years in Ardmore. Now issues for the city engineer and the city itself. First News at 6. We'll be right back.
The all-new Dodge Durango with 5-star, the highest frontal crash test rating, and all-new power, all-new room, all-new ride, all-new interior, all-new capability, all-new capacity. 1 part power, 1 part comfort. The all-new Dodge Durango. 0% financing or $2,000 in combined cash allowances, plus a great warranty gets you the best values in America.
I'm Greg Powell, Chief of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. I'm deeply concerned about the rising epidemic of the type 2 diabetes in our society today. Diabetes greatly increases your risk for heart attack, stroke, blindness, kidney disease, and amputations. The good news is that type 2 diabetes can be prevented or delayed with simple lifestyle changes. If you think you may be at risk for diabetes, call today for more information.
Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wicked man forsake his ways and the evil man his thoughts. Let him turn to the Lord, for he will have mercy, and to our God, for he will freely pardon. If God be for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, will he not also, along with Jesus, graciously give us all things?
My name is Susan Bardell. I'm with the Rehabilitation Center. For years, we have been recipients of funds raised by Lake Fest Regatta. Lake Fest Regatta this year is April 16th through the 18th, and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved with making this event possible. The Lake Fest Regatta's primary mission is to assist children with disabilities, and I encourage you to support the regatta and the children it benefits. Thank you.
At McCullough Honda, you get a tax, title, and license rebate with every car you buy during April. Only at McCullough Honda on I-35 in Ardmore, where we will make you a customer for life.
You're watching KXII's First News at 6 with Matt Brown, Lisanne Anderson, Sports with David Reed, and Alan Crone with First Weather.
It was long awaited, but the new stretch of Highway 82 opened up today. Take a look. With the cut of a ribbon on an 8-mile stretch of Highway 82 open, connecting Texas from east to west. Transportation officials say the $13 million price tag paid for with state and federal highway funds is worth the business gains that will come through better transportation. Some folks in small towns that the new 82 bypass fear local business will suffer, but those close to the project say the highway's benefits outweigh the negatives.
It'll be a good route for trucking and commerce to bypass some of the small communities where we've had some safety problems in the past.
Future projects for Highway 82 include widening to 4 lanes in some areas and extending the freeway further east from Sherman.
Runoff elections today in Grayson County and across the state. The contested positions, the Precinct 3 County Commissioner's race and the statewide race for Railroad Commissioner. The Grayson County Clerk says turnout has been steady, about what she expects for a runoff. But by 3:30 this afternoon, only 86 people had cast their votes in Precinct 1, 2, and 3. That's just a small fraction of tens of thousands of voters registered in Grayson County. County Clerk Wilma Blacksher-Bush did not want to give percentages until all those votes are in, but she did say this runoff is equally as important as a regularly scheduled election.
Yes, I believe so, because it's the local county officials that make the decision that affect them in their day-to-day living and in their community.
Of course, those polls open until 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have the results tonight on First News at 10.
Ardmore City engineer Tom Ice, suspended last month for failing to renew his engineering license for 4 years, today faces a threat to his job. Tom Ice met with city leaders today to discuss his future. Since all of this came to light weeks ago, Ice has renewed the license, but still must prove to the city he should stay on as engineer. City leaders say the mistake almost jeopardizes city projects dealing with grant money. Final decision on Ice's future should come by the end of the week.
Well, after a couple of cold nights, bring on the sunshine and 70 degrees,
I'll tell you what, bring back springtime, Alan.
Yeah, well, springtime's coming back, so hang in there. But another cool night tonight. Afterwards, though, the remainder of the week looks pretty good, but we do have some details to iron out, and so we'll do that in a couple of minutes.
How inspiring can a minivan be? Can it give you seats when you need them? And space when you don't? Yes. Can it take a mountain of stuff and make it disappear? With exclusive Stow and Go seating and storage? Absolutely. Introducing the all-new Chrysler Town & Country, starting at $20,995. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
My teacher told me I should plan for college as early as the 5th grade. This makes sure I take the courses I need to succeed in college. A plan lets me know what to do to get scholarships and financial aid.
I intend to get the job in the future I want.
For more information on how you can gear up for college, visit www.okhighered.org or call this number. The earlier you plan, the better.
I have a plan for college. Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you? Do you? Do you?
Drugs. Alcohol. Divorce. These are things tearing today's families apart. Hear Dr. Mike Lawson, pastor of First Baptist Church Sherman, as he presents a special series on the family entitled Building Unbreakable Families. Understand how the world is affecting your family and learn how to fix it. First Baptist Church, 400 South Travis Street in downtown Sherman. For more information, call 903-892-9121.
It's so big, we can't contain it. So enormous, we can't stop it. So gigantic, we're busting at the seams. 100 new F-150s just arrived at Texomaland's new truck headquarters, Texoma Ford. It's what you've been waiting for. We've got your truck. With the best selection, over 300 in stock, exceptional value, special financing. Texoma Ford. We've got your F-150.
Now, first weather with Alan Crone.
A weak disturbance across part of eastern Oklahoma today, and it fired up a little bit of cloud cover. Western areas didn't see that much, but we've seen a few clouds, and the temperatures right now look like this. 61 in Sherman, the humidity at 39%. The barometer is falling. Northwest winds at 12, gusting to 17, but you can see the sunshine out. That's good. Ardmore 61. Live Lake to the north, mostly clear there. Humidity low 39%. The barometer steady. Northwest winds at 5, and Paris at 63. Humidity at 32%, pressure steady, northwest winds at 10. This morning at the airport, 39, a little chilly. Today's high 61, and normally 49 and 73. Other highs through the area, 62 in Antlers, 61 in Hugo. Still some 50s across the northern areas. Frisco today, 61, 60 in Nakona, and 63 in Paris. Temperatures tomorrow about 10 degrees warmer. We'll be in the 70s. That's good news. Showers and thunderstorms here on the backside of this upper level low. Cold air generating a little snow from Kentucky and Tennessee. And then here's our weak disturbance with the cloud cover. Those clouds will go away with the loss of daytime heating. And you can notice that it's clear all the way from Kansas City back out to Phoenix. Even though we'll have some high cirrus clouds across South Texas tomorrow, I think tomorrow will be mostly clear. Sunshine should be abundant. 71 in Bismarck, but a front getting ready to move through there. 58 in Minneapolis. 38 in rain. Cleveland and Atlanta has been the 40s all day. Tomorrow they're going to warm up to the 50s as one more cool air mass moves across the north and east. But notice through our area the 60s and 70s. Then on Thursday we'll be into the upper 70s, and the winds are going to increase as well for the next couple of days. Last 12 hours of the satellite and radar composite. You can see these little fair weather cumulus clouds zipping across eastern Oklahoma. Those will go away with the loss of daytime heating. It's 57 right now in Oklahoma City, 60 in Tulsa. Dallas checks in at 62 and 62 in Midland. We do have a little ridge of high pressure right here that's going to continue to slide onto the south and east. This trough will remain out to the west and deepen. And then as those two features kind of separate themselves with a little bit of distance, you can see what will happen on the computer model. The pressure gradient will start to tighten up. That means the winds will be out in the south. They'll be increasing at around 15 to 25, particularly on Thursday and Friday. Notice the dry line house just kind of moving back and forth on Thursday and Friday. That's going to happen. The dry line will take a run at western Oklahoma, West Texas, just about every day, Thursday and Friday. For the most part, convection or thunderstorms along it will be suppressed by a layer of warm air aloft. But as we get closer to the weekend, an upper level disturbance will rotate by, and I think Saturday night into Sunday, we'll have a slight opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A better chance will actually be from Kansas all the way up into Iowa. Wind forecast tomorrow. Well, today we had the north winds, but tomorrow the winds back out of the south. And when we see that south wind increasing, we know it will get warmer, and also the moisture will eventually start to increase. So we'll have gusty winds west of I-35 tomorrow. But on Thursday, that's when the winds will really start to increase, particularly during the afternoon time period. And that will also continue on Friday. These are overnight and morning lows. Going to be in the 30s. In fact, some pretty chilly temperatures in the valleys of eastern Oklahoma. Maybe a little light frost for a while. Shouldn't be a big deal. 37 in Hugo. 35 in Medill. Overnight low in Duncan at 34. They were at 36 this morning. 38 in Bonham. 41 in Commerce. 38 in Paris. This morning you were at about 43. And 37 in Gainesville. 38 degrees in McKinney. Tomorrow afternoon, everybody warms up nicely, even though some folks in the eastern areas from Paris, Novice and Fott, Reno and Blossom, back up to Hugo, Rattan, Antlers, some of those areas will still be in the extreme upper 60s, but everybody else will be in the 70s. We'll have sunshine. So mostly clear, Sherman and Denison tonight at 37. Variable winds at 3 to 6 later tonight. Still out of the north and west now, but those will die down. And then tomorrow, sunshine and 72. Look for a good day. South winds at 7 to 15. Pretty windy on Thursday. Morning low at 50. The afternoon high of 77. And notice those 50s for the morning low get warmer. In fact, by Saturday, we'll be at 60. And the overnight lows and the afternoon highs will make it feel more like springtime.
We like it. Thank you, Alan.
You bet.
Turning out to sports, talking Mavericks.
Yeah, the Mavericks' big game tonight. We'll find out where they're going to get in terms of who they'll play in the playoffs. Coming up next in sports tonight, the Mavericks will find out what seed they'll be in the postseason. We'll talk about that. And Rashawn Woods could be the steal of the second round if he hangs around that long. Sports coming up next.
You can't pick on Jonas. Best-selling minivan of all time just got better. Introducing the all-new 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan. Exclusively featuring available stow and go. 2 rows of fold flat seats with best-in-class in-floor storage. Plus, you can get adjustable overhead compartments. Fold and stow all the seats for best-in-class cargo capacity. All together making the 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan the only minivan with stow-and-go seating and storage, simply the best. The new stow-and-go seating, plus a great warranty, plus $1,000 cash allowance. Get you the best values in America.
Introducing Subway Fresh Salads. Made fresh in front of you, piled high with your favorite toppings. Try our Atkins-friendly grilled chicken and baby spinach salad. Pure baby spinach, grilled chicken, and Atkins sweet as honey mustard dressing. Or our Atkins-friendly classic club salad. Tasty meats and cheeses covered in creamy ranch dressing. Or our zesty Mediterranean chicken salad, sprinkled with crumbled feta cheese. Every bite more delicious than the last. Now this is how you eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
Hi, I'm Kelly Hensley from As the World Turns. Prematurity is a bigger problem than most people think. It affects 1 of every 8 babies born in this country. Some of these babies are so small doctors can't save them. Others may suffer lifelong consequences. The money you raise for Walk America supports March of Dimes' efforts to help babies be born healthy. Visit walkamerica.org or call 1-800-525-WALK and register today.
Nikki Lyon from Medill Chevy Buick, where it's time to beat the tax man. Through April, Medill Chevy Buick will pay your sales tax, your tags, give you the rebate, and put $500 in your pocket.
This is huge. We pay your sales tax.
Your tags.
Give you the rebate.
And put $500 in your pocket.
Every new Chevy, every new Buick.
Through April 30th. Because we're
Medill Chevy Buick, and we want your business.
Now, First Sports with David Reed.
It's almost time for the playoffs, and the Dallas Mavericks don't really look ready for the postseason to start. Tonight, we may find out where this team is as they play a meaningful game against Memphis. A win and the Mavs will be the 5 seed. A loss drops Dallas to 6th. Lately, the Mavs haven't looked much like a playoff team at all. Granted, they've been banged up, but this weekend, those excuses won't matter. Michael Finley will try to overcome back spasms and play tonight. Josh Howard is a game-time decision with a bad hamstring. Just 2 dress rehearsals left before the playoffs begin. Tonight's game starts at 7:30. What a win for the Dallas Stars last night after trailing 3-1 and the season on the line. They scored twice to send it into overtime, then got a game-winning goal by Steve Ott. So we have a series again, but Dallas will have to win 3 of the final 4 games to win the series. 2 of those will be in Colorado. The Avs still lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is set for tomorrow in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys are expected to be thinking running back when the NFL draft kicks off on April the 24th. The Cowboys have the 22nd pick overall. Virginia Tech's Kevin Jones and Michigan's Chris Perry will likely be available at 22. Too bad the Cowboys don't need a receiver because Oklahoma State's Rashawn Woods is expected to be there at 22, and some say he'll slide into the 2nd round. He visits the Pittsburgh Steelers today. They have the 12th pick in round 2. They're not believed to be in the market for a receiver, but if Woods is there that late, they'll certainly be tempted. With last night's win, the Texas Rangers actually climbed over the 500 mark. 4 wins, 3 losses, and the Rangers are just a half game back of the division-leading Oakland A's. And that's exactly who the Rangers will play tonight at the ballpark in Arlington. So in reality, the Rangers could end up in 1st place tonight with a win. Granted, it's way early in the season, but young players need confidence. And this young Ranger group seems to be getting more and more of that, winning another close one last night, 7-6. Some afternoon baseball today. The Kansas City Royals taking on the White Sox in Chicago. Sox down a run in the 5th. Juan Uribe goes solo to center for Chicago. That ties the game up at 4 apiece. Moments later, 2 on for Paul Konerko. A 3-run blast for Konerko to give Chicago the lead. All White Sox from there on. They win it 12-5. And in case you missed it last night, a familiar face was on the David Letterman show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Alex Rodriguez.
That's right. Former Ranger Alex Rodriguez was on the Late Show last night talking about how great it was to be a New York Yankee. Also mentioned that he hasn't really started hitting yet.
And what is your problem? You say you have a problem. What exactly are you doing? Do you know what the deal is?
You know, right now I think I'm like a fan. I'm so excited to be in New York. And I think I want to do so well, right?
Get over it.
You're going to be there tomorrow, right? Well,
Billy Crystal there telling A-Rod to just get over it and start playing well. Southeastern sweeps their doubleheader in softball today also.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back.
Pizza Hut's having a national pizza sale.
Buy any pizza at regular price and get any medium pizza for just $5 more.
I'll get a supreme.
Regular price?
And a pepperoni.
5 buckaroos.
Meat lovers.
5 aroma.
Peppers and onions.
5 Reno.
Sausage.
Hash browns.
Veggie lovers.
5 Maximus.
5 Pizza Hut's national pizza sale. Buy any pizza at regular price and get up to 5 medium pizzas for just $5 each. The sale's so good you gotta go for more.
Hope the kids are hungry.
Gather around the good stuff.
Tonight, Amy's Mr. Right is drifting away.
Do you think part of your problem is that you're still madly in love with your wife?
Now, desperate times
Mommy ditched him already?
lead to desperate measures.
Flash dating.
I live with my daughter, my mother. Wow. And I recently dumped a guy at the altar. I'm not really here.
You've been hurt. I've been hurt.
I'm a judge.
Would you believe I got a speeding ticket on my way here?
A new Judging Amy, CBS tonight.
My name is Susan Bardell. I'm with the Rehabilitation Center. For years, we have been recipients of funds raised by Lake Fest Regatta. Lake Fest Regatta this year is April 16th through the 18th, and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved with making this event possible. The Lake Fest Regatta's primary mission is to assist children with disabilities, and I encourage you to support the regatta and the children it benefits. Thank you.
At McCullough Honda, you get a tax, title, and license rebate with every car you buy during April. Only at McCullough Honda on I-35 in Ardmore, where we will make you a customer for life.
Almost out of time. We want to remind you, though, the president is scheduled to speak to the nation, a nationwide televised news conference tonight, beginning at about 7:30. You'll see that live right here on KXII. He's supposed to speak about the situation in Iraq. Of course, just in the past few hours, word of 4 mutilated bodies found in Iraq. No identification on that, but we do know that several people have been taken hostage.
That's right. Of course, the full wrap-up on that tonight on First News at 10, including a telepoll. We want your opinion on what the president has to say.
Out of time, everyone. We'll see you back here tonight on First News at 10.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Have you ever wondered how you fit 6 people into a 5-passenger car? You don't. 6-passenger seating. Just one more reason why inch for inch and dollar for dollar, the Mercury Grand Marquis is the best value in its class. And here's another. Now get Grand Marquis with 0% APR for 5 years or up to $4,000 cash back. See your Oklahoma Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
What's up?
Dixon ZTR. In 1974, Bob Clark took his first turn on our original Dixon ZTR mower. And today, he just bought his newest Dixon. With no interest till September, no payments till October. Yeah, just like Bob, we still got the moves.
Come on and turn it on. Mow it down, ZTR.
Dixon ZTR. We've been around.
Go.